touchdown.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome into our first episode of the fall sports season of Varsity Showcase. It's great to have you alongside with us tonight. I am your host, Andrew Baker. Now, the Lawrence community is loaded with talented athletes, and tonight you'll meet a few of them. Tonight on the show, they're part of one of the best high school football teams in the state. Lawrence High's Trey Georgie and Trey Moore are here. Plus, just across town, he's returning from injury, and he's stronger than ever. Free State running back Sam Squarlow is on the show. Finally, they have a brand new head coach. This evening, I'll introduce you to new Free State volleyball leader Amy Hofsummer and senior Allie Knapp. It should be a great program. But first, I want to hear from you. It's a new season of Varsity Showcase, so it's time for you to reach out. Send me your high school athletics photos and comments to my Twitter account, abaker6sports. The best of the best will air every episode right here on Channel 6. Well, we begin tonight with changes that are now happening all across the country in youth sports. This fall, for the very first time, the state of Kansas is changing how high school and middle school football teams practice. Yeah, we're talking about practice. The goal is to limit concussions with athletes. Take a look. Changes to the safety rules in youth sports are occurring whether parents and athletes believe they are necessary or not. Just last week here on Channel 6, I reported that the state of Kansas is ready to make a change in youth baseball, enforcing pitch counts to limit arm injuries in athletes. Now this year in high school and middle school football, players will no longer be allowed to hit on back-to-back days of practice.
I don't think it will affect us because our coaches are really good about tackling and teaching us, but I think it's gonna hurt us a little bit just because we're not gonna be hitting as much as we did the past years.
The Kansas State High School Activities Association has implemented a new plan effective this month to limit the amount of concussions in youth football. In fact, the state has determined 5 different levels of contact, with the traditional live-action style of practice being allowed for no more than 90 minutes total per week.
We had 9 contact days plus our camp in the summer, so we're pretty far along because of what we did this summer. But you know, you turn around and you can only do so many things this first week or even during the season, so we're going to have to modify some of that.
Now this season, the state will also be enforcing rest with its athletes. Players must have a minimum of 1 day of recovery during any week. Only team meetings, walkthroughs, conditioning, or weight training are permitted on a recovery day.
I like it, but then I don't, because you want that contact before, you get out there on Friday night, but it's gonna prevent a lot of injuries, so it's kind of good in a way.
Now locally, the rule changes aren't expected to heavily affect what Lawrence High and Free State are trying to do every week, and that's win football games.
About the only time we go live when we practice is the Saturday of our first week when we scrimmage. The rest of the time is pretty much stud or controlled stuff. So I don't see that being a factor for us at all.
The 2015 season begins on Friday, September 4th for both LHS and Free State. The Lions playing host to Blue Valley West. The Firebirds also at home taking on Shawnee Mission West. Andrew Baker, 6 Sports. Now we'll hear from Lawrence High's Trey Moore and Trey Georgie, plus Free State's Sam Squarlow coming up here in just a bit. But first, he's the best player in the state, and Friday night the entire nation received a chance to witness his talents. Last week, Kansas recruit and Eudora's Mitchell Ballack competed for the 2nd straight year in the Elite 24 Under Armour shootout in New York City. Now, a year ago, Ballack advanced to the finals. This year, the junior just missed out on the final round. The EHS Cardinal connected on 11 of his 3-point attempts on one of the best basketball stages any player could ask for. Now, at the moment, Mitch is the 33rd best player in the class of 2017, according to Rivals.com. Well, meanwhile, a former Free State Firebird is already making an impact with the Kansas football team. After spending his freshman year with the Baker University football team, Keith Lonergan has transferred to KU and is catching the eye of head coach David Beatty.
But his name is Keith Lonergan, and he transferred in here, from down the road. And, all he does is make plays. Every time I look up, he's making a play, or he's making it hard on our first group on the kicking game with regard to what he's doing in the scout position. He makes it very difficult. You cannot take a play off with Keith out there because you're going to be made to look bad. He will expose you. I've enjoyed watching that guy.
Now, before we go to break, I want to take a second to update you on a few stories that have been making noise since our last episode of Varsity Showcase. We begin tonight in Singapore, where 2 of our local talents will be competing against some of the best young swimmers in the world. Free State's Jordan Pertello will be representing Puerto Rico this week when he competes in the World Junior Championships. Jordan told me he will swim in the 50, 100, and 200 freestyle and the 50 and 100 butterfly. Also in Singapore is Lawrence resident Michael Andrew. Michael representing Team USA. He'll swim in 8 events. That's more than any other Team USA member. The event begins tomorrow and runs through the 30th. Meanwhile, this season the Lawrence High football team will be breaking out new uniforms. For the first time in the history of the football program, the Lions will wear all black. Personally, I love the change. Can't wait to see him on the field. Also, the top player in the state of Kansas is down to 6 schools. Last week, LHS senior Amani Bledsoe narrowed his college list to Kansas, Missouri, NC State, Oklahoma, UCLA, and Oregon. Well, and finally, he's going to be an Oklahoma Sooner. This summer, Free State senior pitcher Trevor Munch committed to OU. Munch told me he loved the program and the coaches, and it just seemed like a perfect fit. Let's step away and take a break. When we come back, Lawrence High's Trey Moore and Trey Georgia will be here right after this. Varsity Showcase, sponsored by Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer.
Welcome to Varsity Showcase. Let's go Lions!
All right, welcome back in now to Varsity Showcase, joined by Lawrence High's Trey Moore and Trey Georgia. You guys, thanks so much for stopping by here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Tell me about maybe this season. I know you guys are coming in with a lot of high expectations, but how's practice been going so far?
We're good. We have a lot of potential, but potential isn't anything unless you can implement it and use it to be successful.
Yeah, we have a lot of sophomores stepping up. Dante Jackson, Jalen Dudley on defense. They should be great for us this year. Just if all the players have chemistry and we work together, we can do it.
You had your first scrimmage over the weekend. I know JD didn't get to play because of injury, but you stepped in and had 2 carries, a 62-yard touchdown run and a 44-yard touchdown run. I'm assuming your holes were pretty big to run through because of Amani and Trey.
Yeah, they create big holes, open field all the time. Every time I get the ball, and I just know when to cut off their butts, and yeah.
Trey, I know this is a group that's been around for a while, so I'm sure chemistry at this point is great for you guys.
Yeah. We've played together since 7th grade, most of us, and when you have that bond of over the years, it just brings us closer together.
Playing next to Amani, and you guys have been playing together for a while. What's that like? I mean, do you rub off on him and vice versa?
Yeah, he coming into our high school, it was a lot of competition, back and forth, but that made me a better player, and we're thankful for what he does for our team and how he makes us a better team altogether.
We showed it earlier with the black uniforms. I know you guys have seen them, put them on. What do you think?
They're really tight.
Yeah, they're tight.
They are really tight, but I think if Coach likes the way we play in them, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's something we do here on Varsity Showcase. I've kind of tapped into you guys' social media accounts a little bit, looked for a couple photos, something I might want to ask you about. Let's go ahead and take a look maybe at the first one. And this is Trey Moore. And how old are you in that one?
I'm in 2nd grade.
What size shirt you rocking there?
Yeah, it's a large shirt. Extra large, maybe.
Yeah, well, I have a few of those in my closet as well. How about the second photo? And
yeah, that's a baby pic. I think I was, I can't say 1, 2.
Really?
I don't know. Yeah.
You know what you're reading? Is that a book?
No. Yeah, I think that's a book or a movie.
Let's keep going. How about the next picture? This should be of Trey Georgie.
Yeah.
And you haven't changed a bit.
No, I've looked the same over the years, and gosh, that's an old
Yeah,
pic.
how old you are?
Probably 6 or 5.
Yeah, well, you've gotten a lot bigger.
Yeah.
How about the next picture? We got one more for Trey as well. And that's a prom, right?
Yeah, that was freshman formal. Allen, Deontay, Lowry, JD, and Ryan at the end.
It's almost all those guys on the football team, right?
Yeah.
And you went with all black and the gold?
All black and gold.
Yeah, definitely intimidating for sure. Let's go down. I got a couple quick hitters here. You guys can both answer these. First thing that pops into your head, just shout it out. Trey, biggest fear?
Spiders.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Same.
Same? Really?
Yeah.
All right. Best trash talker on the team?
JD.
I had a feeling you were going to go that way. Celebrity crush?
Alex Morgan, U.S.
Really?
women's soccer team.
You a soccer fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of you? All right. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would that be?
Mine-
Brazil.
Italy.
What about Italy?
It's just like, it seems like a beautiful country from the pictures we see and like the cars they produce and the food and scenery.
Yeah. If there was one skill that you'd like to learn that you don't already have, what would that be?
Unicycling.
Man, you got it tonight. Alex Morgan and unicycling. Football doesn't work out. Barnum and Bailey.
Yeah.
You got any idea?
Juggling.
Juggling. If you could live in a movie or a TV show, which movie or TV show?
Friends. Yes.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Finally, if you had one superpower, what would that be?
Fly.
Super strength.
Yeah. Before we go to break, tell me here, what's the one thing this team maybe needs to do to get where you know you can and you want to go?
Keep working. I mean, we're okay right now, but as a team, you know, we can always get better and figure out all the positions and have backups for them.
Yeah, just like I said before, chemistry and everybody working together and doing their jobs.
Well, guys, best of luck this season. Go as far as you can. We'll be watching you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Trey Moore and Trey Georgie, the LHS football team. Let's step away and take a break. Amy Hofsummer and Allie Knapp with the Free State volleyball team will be here right after this. Varsity Showcase, sponsored by Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer. All right, well, welcome back in now to Varsity Showcase, joined by now Free State volleyball coach Amy Hofsummer and senior Allie Knapp. Guys, thanks so much for joining me here tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, let's start with you. I know you spent 4 years as an LHS assistant, played at Emporia State, assistant at Fort Hays State. What was it about Free State that made that job so attractive to you?
I do love the town of Lawrence, so I knew I wanted to stay in Lawrence. And I knew the upward movement wasn't possible at Lawrence High for good reason.
Sure.
And so as soon as I saw it open, I was ready for it. I had already told Coach Hopkins the year before that when she was ready to retire that I wanted that position.
Did you already have a good feel for maybe the school and the kids as well when you were interested in the position?
Yes, you know, you kind of don't know it until you're in it, but I had heard a lot of things. I'd heard what great kids they are, I've heard how supportive the community was, and I had experienced it in Lawrence enough to know that it was a positive.
Well, Allie, now you've got a chance to see her in practice. What's the transition been like? I mean, compared to what you're used to?
It's really nice. She definitely works us a lot harder than I guess I expected, which is a really good thing. We've gotten better, like totally from the summer starting. I've gotten stronger. Everyone else has gotten stronger, and it's more of a program instead of each individual team, which I think is really special.
Yeah. We have some video actually of you guys. I think maybe from Picture Day. I could be wrong. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. And is this from Picture Day?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And how did the picture turn out any good?
I think so. Yeah.
I kind of vaguely looked at it, yes.
But is this kind of what, I mean, I'm sure practices aren't like this, but how?
Well, they told me that they had trained all summer and could handle my weight and that it could happen. And so I trusted them. It happened.
You guys, a year ago, were 19-19. What's maybe so far the outlook for this season?
Go ahead.
I'm really excited. I think this year we have a lot more potential. We have a strong returning varsity girls. We have 6 out of the 10 are all returning from varsity. And the bond is already much stronger than I think last year. I think we all get along better. We all know our roles and know what we got to do to win. So I'm excited.
Well, we've pulled some photos as well of you guys off social media accounts, even you, Coach. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the first one. And where were you with this? That's awesome.
That is awesome, isn't it? I was at a hot air balloon festival, and they had Star Wars characters there. And yes, I had to have my picture. I'm excited. December, it's coming.
Let's take a look at the second picture. And, and you're real young there, right?
Yes, very young. That's my brother, Adam, next to me. I have another brother too, but I don't know how young. Oof, 4 or 5 maybe.
Let's go ahead. We got a couple here for Allie, and that's recent, right?
That was like 3 weeks ago, I think.
Wisdom teeth?
Yeah, it was a really rough week for me, actually.
Yeah, I can bet. How about the next picture? And
that's
awesome.
That's my best friend's dog, and it was. I think the dog was like 6 months then.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the dog's name?
Titan.
Oh, well, that's very fitting.
Yeah.
That's a huge dog. We got some quick hitters here for you guys as well. Coach, let's start with you.
Okay.
Best attribute you look for in a player?
Ooh, aggressiveness.
Right here. What are you doing with all your LHS stuff?
I walked around the school last spring and handed it out.
Did you?
Yes.
Smart move, yeah. How would your players describe you think?
They'd probably say I am disciplined, maybe a little bit hard-nosed, but fair.
Yeah. Your biggest fear?
Falling.
Falling? Well, you play volleyball. That happens all the time.
Not that far down, though.
Allie, if you could time travel, where would you travel back to?
Oh, I think probably like the 80s or 90s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'll lead me to the next one. Which fad should come back?
Oh, scrunchies are coming back, which I like.
No.
You
could ban scrunchies in practice. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would that be?
That I would be taller.
Really?
Yeah.
Right back at you. Also, celebrity crush.
Zac Efron.
Wow, that was quick. People know those celebrity crush answers
so.
easier than any other question I ask. How about your biggest fear?
Bees and wasps.
Yeah, not spiders?
I'm not, I don't really mind spiders because
Yeah.
they don't really do much, but wasp and bees, they kind of scare me.
Well, Coach, I know it's early, and we asked the kids this earlier. To get where you want to go, what's maybe one of the things that you guys will have to overcome this year as a team?
You know, it's always a difficult process with more than one answer.
Yeah.
I think the simplest thing I could say right now is we are working on unity.
Sure.
And the key being that everyone's in it together and we feel a little more confident that way. I think the team needs to build its confidence going into that first match.
And that just comes with time, I would imagine, right?
Yes, definitely.
Well, guys, best of luck this season, and we'll be keeping track.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aiden Hofsummer and Allie Knapp of the Free State Volleyball team will step away and take a timeout. Sam Squarlow will be here right after this. Varsity Showcase, sponsored by Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer.
Welcome back to Varsity Showcase. Let's beat these Firebirds.
All right, welcome back in now to Varsity Showcase, joined by Sam Squarlow of the Free State football team. Sam, looking extra small you got on tonight?
Yeah, you just got to pick a shirt that's got the right length on the arms, not too tight, not too big.
I got a few of those as well.
Yeah.
Sam, let's start. I know last year you didn't have a very long junior year. You got hurt a couple of plays in. Tell me about when you got hurt, what you did, and the process to recovery.
Pretty much, I was on offense. I got a carry. I ran into a group of guys, gang tackled me. I just tried to keep my feet going. And I kind of just felt a little, almost like a pop. And then immediately I went back to the huddle, got another carry, and I tried to plan off it, and I just had no explosion at that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew something was wrong.
So what exactly did you injure?
It was called a Liz Frank tear. It's in the top of your foot. The ligaments almost just come apart.
And then you knew right away after that you were going to have to get back and rehab.
Yeah, but the next day I went to film, went to practice, thought nothing was wrong. And Saturday my mom was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to tell you to get this checked out. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And then I got it checked out, and then it's not a weak injury, it's a 8-month injury, so I was pretty surprised.
One of the coolest photos I think I saw was you had just gotten diagnosed, I think, and you knew that you're going to be out, but you were right in the gym that day or the next day
working in Fred's gym.
Working upper body, which is a lot of kids I don't think do, which you do, which is very impressive to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell me about this year's team and what you're returning and what it's going to be like.
I think we have a couple O linemen and D linemen returning, but a lot of younger guys are going to have to step up on the line. I mean, of course, we got a lot of skill guys like Bryce Tornade and Zach Sanders and Jaden Neen, but the line's going to have to step up and create some holes and get some open space for us.
I think I asked this before, but do you guys maybe feel a little under the radar at this point?
Very under the radar. Because, you got LHS on the other side of town, great team.
Sure.
A lot of good kids on that team, a lot of talent. And on our team, you got, just...
But I think you have a lot of athleticism coming back.
A lot of athleticism.
Which I think a lot of teams maybe don't have that luxury that you guys do. We have a couple photos here of Sam that I want to go ahead and take a look and show you guys. And this one, the hair is awesome.
Yeah, I had the flow going.
The flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, serious flow. How old are you there?
That's in 7th grade.
Did you keep that haircut in 8th grade?
Yes, I did, sadly.
So you kept the flow. How about the next picture for Sam? And tell me about this.
That's me and actually a LHS player, Nate Cohen, and Stan, and I think Tom Miller, former Free State player, and that's just a post duck hunting picture.
Do you go hunting?
Yeah, I do, and as you can see, there's no ducks in that, but.
What, it looks like it was cold.
Yeah, it was pretty cold. I mean, you got to go out there in the morning about like 5 a.m., trot through the mud.
Yep.
Yeah, layer up.
I got some quick hitter questions here for you as well. Ready?
Yeah.
Ronda Rousey or Floyd Mayweather?
Floyd Mayweather.
Really?
Really.
Who would win in a fight?
God, what kind of fight? Are you talking just MMA fight?
All out.
Still Floyd Mayweather.
No, you're wrong, Sam. Who on your team would survive a zombie apocalypse the best?
I'd say James Wenzel.
Really? I was going Jay Deneen.
No, he'd be the first one going.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Why about Christmas?
Get presents.
Fair enough. It's better to receive than give, Sam.
Yep. It is.
Celebrity crush?
Probably Selena Gomez.
Yeah? What about Selena? She was here not that long ago, the All-Star game.
Oh, really? Yeah. I don't know. I just guess she's my type of girl. I don't know.
Yes or no to roller coasters?
Yes, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you go on Verrückt?
Verrückt. Oh, that's the water slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go on that.
You would?
Yeah.
Biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? Probably people that overuse the word like.
Yeah, I don't think you've used it yet today.
I haven't?
I don't think so.
That's great.
What's your biggest fear?
I'm going to have to agree with Trey and say spiders.
Yeah.
Can't stand them.
Can't stand them?
No.
Last thing, if you could go back in time to one era, what would that be?
80s.
Music?
I don't know. I just like the football uniforms, how they came up to right here. Brian Bosworth.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that ESPN series on Brian Bosworth,
I
check it out.
have.
Very good.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good.
Sam, I'll close with this same one as you. If you guys have something you need to overcome at this point in the season to get where you want to go.
Just to not play as individuals and more as a team. I mean, we've been bonding a lot over the summer, and I think that'll help come first game.
Well, Sam, best of luck this year. Stay healthy, and you'll have a great year, I'm sure.
Thanks.
Sam Squarlow, the Free State football team. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here on Varsity Showcase right after this. Varsity Showcase, sponsored by Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer. All right, let's wrap things up here on Varsity Showcase. If you want to see our guests tonight in action, here's what you need to do. The Lawrence High football team with its first home game of the 2015 season. LHS in the new black uniforms taking on Blue Valley West. Again, that's a home game on September 4th, 7 p.m. kickoff. Across town, the Free State football team will begin the 2015 season at home as well. Firebirds with a difficult 5 games right out of the chute. They start things against Shawnee Mission West. Vikings and Firebirds also on September 4th. That kicks off at 7. As far as the Free State volleyball team, they'll open their season with a triangular. They play host to Lansing and Seaman. That's a Thursday match, September 3rd. That begins at 5 p.m. Well, I want to thank all my guests for joining me here tonight. Sam Squarlow, Trey Georgie, Trey Moore, Amy Hoffsummer, and Allie Knapp. It's been a great show. We'll be back here in a couple of weeks. Until then, good night, everybody. Varsity Showcase, sponsored by Happy Shirt, your hometown screen printer.